In the initial stages of my twin flame journey, there was something which happened which was absolutely magical. And today, when I look back, I realized that was the power of my twin flame initiating me to the highest version of myself. What does that actually mean? I began my twin flame journey somewhere in the early 2013. And at that point of time, I was guided to meet a lot of spiritual teachers, a lot of learnings, and as if by magic, things were showing up for me. I did so much of studies in the first few years of my twin flame journey. My meditations used to be long, they used to be deep. My clairs opened up, my higher senses opened up. I could easily see angels, divine beings with my eyes. I started the gift of channeling. Things were happening as if by magic. A lot of people used to ask me, how do I do that? And my answer would be, well, I don't know. The truth was that it was all the power of the twin flame initiation and what we call as the higher Kundalini awakening. Our twin flames initiate us, attune us to the high frequency energy, to the high frequency version, the multi-dimensional version of ourselves. And once that happens, there is no looking back. I slowly started moving into a spiritual career from a corporate career. My twin flame always encouraged me. In fact, he would be the one who would always tell me that you will become a great reader or you are a great healer, even when I was doubting myself. My twin flame was among the very few people who always told me that I should pursue this. A lot of things were happening at a subconscious level because at the core, I knew me and my twin were foraying into the entire spiritual higher frequency ascension energy. And my twin was pushing me every moment to the ascension energy. Years passed and my spiritual business grew. It grew by leaps and bounds. When I look back, I don't know if I did anything special, but I was just ready to authentically show up as myself. I remember I used to just do Facebook Live, so many of them, almost every day, one live. Or I would authentically share every piece of information which I was getting, whether I was out in a park and whether I was in a dance class, I would get a lot of downloads from the spiritual realm. I would authentically show up and share them. I look back at my videos and I know that my initial videos were really bad. Yes, they were because they were not at all professional. I used a lot of fillers. My tone was not good. Sometimes I spoke too fast. Sometimes I spoke too loud. In short, I was not perfect. But I was ready to show up and I was ready to share whatever wisdom, whatever knowledge I had. I was only going after one thing, which was true love. Every time I met my spiritual teachers or coaches, I would only think about what would bring me closer to love and what would bring me and my twin flame close together. The energy when I was together with my twin flame was so magnetic. People would just connect to me and people would just say that, hey, I would like to come for your workshops or hey, I would like to come for your events. All this time, my twin flame was silently cheering me. Something happened in the last couple of years where, because of whatever 3D reasons or whatever practical reasons were, I stopped believing in the twin flame journey. I stopped believing in my twin flame. I stopped believing in the true unconditional love. And I stopped believing that this particular person was my twin flame. I slipped back into the material realm of rational thinking, where I felt that, oh, if this person and me are not together anymore, we are not twin flames. Or I started following advice of my friends who told me that, oh, it's time to not get stuck up on that person and move on. But well, as I keep saying, that's not the purpose of the journey. As I slipped back into my 3D avatar and I stopped believing and going and chasing, or I would not even say the word chasing, seeking. I didn't go behind. When I stopped seeking love, I started seeking power. And when I started seeking power, guess what happens? It doesn't come to you so easily. It's funny, but it doesn't. But when you start seeking love, everything starts working out for you. The power of huge unconditional love, the power of the universe's support on your side, the power of your twin flame and you together is a catalyst in ascending the world. When you ascend, when you grow, you create these ripples of light in the world, and the world becomes a better place. Even if you impact one person with your work, whether it is in form of the articles you write, the videos you share, or maybe a podcast like this, which you are listening to, even if it impacts one person one day at a time, in a year, you impact 365 people. In 10 years, you impact 3650 people. And it doesn't go that way because when you impact 365 people, they in turn impact 365 more people. Thus, the world ascends in geometric progression. Nowadays, every day when I get some kind of download or guidance from the universe, I make sure I open my podcast and share this with all of you so that it doesn't go missing. It's always the spirit which wants to give the message. And messages, when they come from the higher realm. They're always meant to be for the greatest purpose of all. So if you are listening to this audio, this is for you. Seek love, do not seek power. When you seek love, power, potency, abundance, everything comes to you. When you seek power, you often go in the too much of yourself and you stop being you. You start becoming someone whom you are not. The trick here is to be you, to seek love, and to be love. I sincerely and seriously hope that this podcast, or if you're watching it on YouTube as a video, creates impact on you. It gives you freedom of thought. It makes you feel better than before. And it helps you ascend to grow more in your love and light element. Thank you very much for listening. This is Twin Flame Union Gateway. To write to us or to book a one-on-one session with us, write to us at sacreddivineromance@gmail.com. Wherever you are, stay well, stay happy.